Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to, talk about NFL news, NBA, and wrestling and baseball. So let's get right into it. So we're starting with the NFL. First one here from Underdog NFL is from Policero. Is the NFL informed clubs it's projecting a 2026 salary cap in the range of 301.2 million to 305.7 million for the 2026 salary cap. I feel like teams are going to go freaking crazy in free agency, man, with all that money. But now let's get to what we have from Schefter. So we had some more help in Philadelphia. The Eagles, they're hiring former Buccaneers offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard as their pass game coordinator per sources. He now will join the new Eagles offensive coordinator Sean Mannion to lead their offense. So, from what I'm saying, Be Happy isn't calling plays because he's a great pass game corner. He isn't good at calling plays. So, probably a good thing is what I'm assuming he's their pass game coordinator and not the offensive coordinator. We'll see. But they hired another coordinator, Josh Grizzard. The source, the Vikings have fired their GM, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. What letting go of Sam Darnold does to you. You get fired. Seems pretty freaking simple. The backstory was he's bad at his job. 4 years, maybe 3 draft hits. Drafting your supposed franchise QB with incomplete information. Back into cap hell. Haven't won a playoff game. There's not really too much of a backstory here, man. You let Cousins, Darnold, Jones all walk instead of trading them or just keeping them. Not really too much of a surprise here, man. He spent the week at the Senior Bowl. He was extended just last offseason, but I think maybe the last straw was Sam Darnold getting to the Super Bowl. That was probably the last straw. And then throughout the season, there was talk about tension in the Vikings building in league circles. One source said it had been ugly, and then they fired him. And then they put out their statement. And after firing him, the executive Rob Brzezinski will run the team's front office through the draft. So they fired GM, the owner / president Mark Wilf, so he expects to conduct a thorough search for a new general manager after the draft. Green Bay, their extensions are now official. Brian Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur, and Russ Ball, they've got those contract extensions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Keenan Allen will be in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. The Baltimore Ravens are hiring Bears offensive coordinator Declan Doyle. As their offensive coordinator, Doyle can leave because in Baltimore he will have play calling responsibility, but no Ravens head coach Jesse Minter now has someone to run Baltimore's offense. I like this coaching staff, man. I really like this, hiring Jesse Minter, and now they get Declan Doyle as their offensive coordinator. Yes, Ben calls offensive plays anyways for the Bears. Everyone knows this. But Doyle was Ben's #1 guy. Yeah, I like the hire here. They had assistant GM from Ian Cunningham is now the Falcons GM. Barrett Bieniemy to the Chiefs, and now Doyle with the Ravens. So 3 guys there. And the new offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle and Lamar Jackson, are both 29 years old as well. The Seahawks are going to be up for sale. They're going up for sale after the Super Bowl, ending years of questions about when the team would seek new ownership following the 2018 death of former owner Paul G. Allen. So the Seahawks will be up for sale. The Steelers, they named Patrick Graham as their next defensive coordinator. I think that's all from Adam Schefter. So, per DM Rossini, the Vikings' decision to fire GM Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah here from an Underdog NFL misses and draft large role in firing team failed to secure Daniel Jones, opted against signing Aaron Rodgers, who showed interest in playing on a below-market deal. Look, I'm not acting like Daniel Jones is a good player, but he was good with the Colts, and he's a lot better than J.J. McCarthy. But not signing Aaron Rodgers is actually the right move. But honestly, probably should have got just fired for letting Sam Darnold go. Joe Flacco's been added to the AFC Pro Bowl roster. So from JPA Football, the Patriots defense coordinator Terrell Williams was diagnosed with aggressive form of prostate cancer back in September, is cancer-free as of today. Really good news for him. Just as they make the Super Bowl. The Clint Kubiak would rather return to the Seahawks as offensive coordinator than take the Cardinals head coaching gig. So it seems to be Raiders or bust, basically. So, oh my lord. So, a bombshell here from the New York Times. Jeffrey Epstein connected New York Giants chairman and co-owner Steve Titch with multiple women, according to newly released emails. Titch received scouting reports on women from Epstein, and the two men discussed whether women were pro or civilian or a, quote, working girl. The Giants are already in the gutter, and now their freaking co-owner is in the fucking Epstein files. Just when you thought it can't get any worse for the Giants. Oh, he guess that was the wrong scouting report. Oh Lord, you ought to be kidding me. Just when you thought the Giants were down bad, they're even more down bad. And now a new report via the Inquirer.net. Newly released documents reveal years of email exchanges between Commanders owner Josh Harris and Jeffrey Epstein. Oh my word. They had an ongoing business relationship that included numerous phone calls and at least one visit to his home in Manhattan, according to new emails released Friday by the U.S. Department of Justice. Oh my god. What is happening? Dude, oh my god. Funny how everyone else could be getting in trouble besides the guy, that's in office. But whatever. The whole NFC East is freaking toast. Who's next? Jerry Jones? But yeah, Steve Titch, Josh Harris, allegedly from these reports. Allegedly. So former Commanders and Panthers head coach Ron Rivera interviewed for the Cardinals head coach vacancy, sat down with the team for 7 hours. After missing out on Todd Monken, former Commanders offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury is expected to be in the mix for the Giants offensive coordinator vacancy. So Kevin O'Connell cautioned against playing J.J. McCarthy in 2025, thinking he wasn't ready, but the GM, he didn't listen. The Browns are hiring Travis Switzer as offensive coordinator, so Tom Monken brings another coach from Baltimore. Davis Webb, he withdrew his name from consideration for the Raiders head coaching gig from Schefter, so he withdrew his name from it. So the first big hire for the Bills, Coach Joe Brady, they've agreed to terms with Pete Carmichael Jr. to be their offensive coordinator. He's a longtime Sean Payton lieutenant, has been Broncos senior offensive assistant, longtime offensive coordinator for the Saints, so he's going to Buffalo. Deontay Jones officially the defensive coordinator for Washington. Broncos defensive pass game coordinator assistant head coach Jim Lear is believed to be interviewing for the Ravens defensive coordinator job today. Also interest from the Bills. The Giants will have a few top Colts assistants for their vacant offensive coordinator job. Alex Tanning interviewed today, and Jim Bob Cooter interviewing on Sunday. We already talked about cap space. I believe that is it for the NFL. So let's move on here. Let's move on to basketball here. So one thing from Shams is Nikola Jokic out since December 29th with knee injury. Plans to return tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers at home, sources tell ESPN. He now is in position to also play in Sunday's showdown versus Oklahoma City and Denver and eligible for the season awards. He's back. Of course, he comes back to play the Clippers. So this is per Chris Feder. The Lakers and Cavs are discussing each other. They will send out Rui Hachimura and Dalton Knecht in exchange for DeAndre Hunter. A third team could be involved. I don't think this would be a good trade for either side. Former G League pro guard Zaire Wesley to make the jump to college basketball. An anonymous executive says he wouldn't trade Scotty Barnes for Giannis and would rather have Scotty over the next 4 years. And Giannis is so disrespected. Karl-Anthony Towns' feelings are reportedly hurt due to constant trade rumors per Steve Popper. I mean, I guess, but get over it. The Warriors are ready to offer a, quote, whole lot for Giannis and consider Steph Curry the only untouchable player on the roster, as it should. The Cavs are looking to trade Lonzo Ball, per Brett Siegel. Jackson Hayes is nearing completion of the paperwork required to represent Slovenia. The OKC Thunder are looking for help at the center position on the trade market. Don't you have Hartenstein and Holmgren? What the hell you need help at center for? Man, the MVP needs some help. The Sixers have zero interest in trading VJ Edgecombe for Giannis. He's completely untouchable. The Brooklyn Nets are expected to seriously consider making a real offer for Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Knicks are showing interest in Najee Marshall. The Lakers are a team to watch for Giannis per Howard Beck in the previous report from Ian Bagley. So let's move on to wrestling here. So Ava, I think she was a GM NXT. Announced her departure from WWE. Past Tuesday was her last appearance. It was pretty much her decision. So she's departuring from WWE. Joe Hendry's the official pre-order bonus for standard WWE 2K. So WWE accidentally spoiled Braun Breaker being the #1 entrant in the Men's Rumble match. Showed a graphic on the bottom of the screen at #1. Yeah, they'll probably change it to #2 or some bullshit. But yeah, that happened. So let's move on to baseball here now. So shortstop Jacob Wilson and the Athletics are in agreement on a 7-year, $70 million contract extension that includes an 8-year club option. Finished second AL Rookie of the Year voting last year, 23 years of age, after 311, 355, 444 slash line. So they're now under long-term contract extensions with Jacob Wilson, Brent Rooker, Tyler Soderstrom, and Lawrence Butler, and they've got first name Nick, last name Kurtz. Already one of the best hitters in baseball. Man, and you're kind of wondering, oh, why would he take that contract? Or whatever. I mean, doesn't seem like that much. But locking up $70 million at 23, then he free agency again at 30 is a pretty good reason. Seattle Mariners right-hander Logan Evans underwent Tommy John surgery last week, will miss the 2026 season. Derek Falvey is out as president of baseball and business operations for the Minnesota Twins. So, man, the Vikings GM and now the president of baseball operations in Minnesota are both out. The Phillies returns with Dylan Moore. Veteran reliever David Robertson, he announced his retirement. Braves agreed to terms with Martin Perez on a minor league contract. The Orioles have expressed interest in Lucas Giolito. The Rangers agreed to terms with Cal Quantrill. The Royals agreed to terms with free agent right-hander Eli Morgan on a minor league contract. The Rockies are acquiring Eduardo Julian and Pierre Cyril, a right-handed pitcher from the Twins. Reese McGuire signing to a minor league deal. The Braves expressed interest in Lucas Giolito and Chris Bassett. Yankees acquired Angel Chivili from the Rockies. Rays agreed terms with Cam Boozer in a minor league contract, or Booser, sorry. Cardinals signed Nelson Vasquez to a minor league deal. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's all I'll say for the world of sports today. So, live for the news. So, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Next time out. Peace.